Hi everyone, this is Pierrick from P2design. Skinning or weight spanning in Blender is often seen as a daunting task, especially when it comes to non-symmetrical characters or clothes. But there's a tool in Blender that really makes a difference. Let's check it out. When assigning a character to its armature, if you want a quick result, you may want to try automatic weights, and I have a video that may help you for that. From there, you can refine your skinning, or you can do everything by hand from scratch, and this is the method I prefer. And if you want in-depth lesson about weight spanning in Blender, check out my rigging course, The Art of Effective Rigging. In both cases, you sure want to take advantage of mirroring or symmetry. This way we only have to work on one side of the character. But what if your rig is not symmetrical? On some characters mesh, it's pretty easy to identify when a character is non-symmetrical. Here we can see one of my character, Kibali, and both arms are definitely different. On my other character, Trident, if I zoom in, the character feels perfectly symmetrical, but in this example is not. And the easiest way to check it out is to enable edit mode, turn on X symmetry, and then simply move the vertices around. If the mesh is technically symmetrical, when moving one side, the other will react the same way. In that case, the leg, the chest, the head are symmetrical. So I could weight paint those areas using symmetry without a problem. But if I check the arm, you can see that editing the left side doesn't symmetrize on the right side. And it doesn't work for the finger. And if you ever skin the character, you do know that you don't want to have to skin both ends separately. Now you may ask yourself why this character or why your character is not symmetrical. The character can be visually symmetrical, but if you imported it from another software or created it in another software, the way vertices are identified and distributed might be different to Blender. So you may have this issue whenever you're importing an FBX, for example. Here is a first solution to fix that, but I don't really like this method. We can see that the left side of my character is properly skinned, but the right side is not, because when I was weight painting my character, since Blender didn't identify symmetry, my skinning didn't propagate to the right side. A quick way to fix that is to enter edit mode, select the vertices you think are not working, and then go to mesh and click snap to symmetry. Basically, for a mesh that is almost symmetrical, Blender will rearrange the vertices so that they match the symmetrical side. So it can be a good solution to fix imported meshes, but you have to make sure that the mesh is actually symmetrical in the end. The cool thing though is that it won't change your UVs. So we're kind of brute forcing symmetry, but for meshes that are almost symmetrical, you won't see that much the difference. And you'll save tons of time. But that wouldn't work on a character like Kibali, even though I may want the same skinning on both sides. So let me show you the trick when the topology of your character is not symmetrical. Basically what we want is to duplicate our character and make sure it's symmetrical. So I duplicated the character object, I entered edit mode, removed the right half of the character, and now I can add a mirror modifier. With the mirror modifier, there is no doubt that our character is perfectly symmetrical. So if I was to skin this character or weight paint it, whatever I do on the left side will be perfectly identical on the right side. And I can double check that by giving it the armature modifier, and we can see that the character is perfectly deforming on both sides. Now, how do I transfer this perfect skinning onto my original model? Well, it's pretty simple. Here I have my symmetrical model and the original model with the correct UVs, materials and whatnot. On this original character, I will go to the modifiers and I will add a modifier in the edit tab called data transfer. This modifier allows to transfer all the data from one mesh to another, including vertex group. So we can do tons of things with it. We'll keep it simple for the sake of this tutorial. So as a source, I will try to find my mirrored character or mirrored mesh. I will enable a vertex group, and from there I will simply apply the modifier. Don't worry, I will explain how it works in a few seconds. But basically now, the skinning I had on my symmetrical character has been transferred on the original character that had some symmetry issues. And when I test the rig, we can see that I have exactly the same behavior on both sides. And I'm sure some of you will think, yeah, but the character was almost symmetrical, so there's no interest in doing that. So here is another example with Kibali. Kibali is not symmetrical, but using the same method, I created a symmetrical version of it. This will be the version I will weight paint. So let's consider we're starting from scratch. I will take the original model and I will remove all the vertex groups so that there is no more skinning information. I will reset the position of the symmetrized character. On this character, the skinning is done, so the character is already rigged, it works, there's no problem. So I can now move on and test my skinning on the original character. So it could be a mesh with a higher density or more details, for example. Now I'm adding the data transfer modifier. I will source the symmetrized character. I will enable vertex data and vertex groups. But the original character has no vertex group to transfer the weight on. To fix that, we need to first click on Generate Data Layers on the modifier. And now we can see that all the vertex groups have been created. We can now transfer the weight into those vertex groups by simply applying the modifier. Now I just have to test the character rig, and you can see that he's deforming very well already. Even though the arms have a pretty different topology, they do behave properly. The face works nicely, there's no problem. The only issue we will have is when we have a very different topology, like those pieces of fur. Those will need a bit of specific skinning and polishing. So let's quickly see how this modifier works. We'll just focus on vertex groups because the data transfer can do more than that. So I have a simple cube with 4 vertex groups, and I have some kind of icosphere without any group. I can give it a data transfer modifier. I can source the cube. I want to source from the cube the vertex data, and in those vertex data, the vertex groups. As for Kibali, the icosphere by default has no vertex group, so we need to create those empty vertex groups to transfer the weights or the information into. Since we are using a modifier, those data are transferred procedurally. But I can't see the weight on my UV sphere. But I can fix that by simply enabling edit mode display of the modifier in the modifiers option. And now I can see in real time what the data transfer does to my vertex groups. And the main differences or variation will come from the mapping mode we are using. I will enter edit mode on both the icosphere and the cube so that we can see the weight on both objects. By default, with the nearest vertex option, for each vertex of the target object, the modifiers check the closest vertex on the source object and give them exactly the same weight. It does a great job when the objects have a pretty similar topology. The nearest edge and nearest face mapping mode behaves almost the same. It evaluates the vertex from the closest face or the closest edge and transfer exactly the same weight to the target. When the topology is a little different between the source and the target object, I like to use the interpolated mapping mode. It allows to get smoother results on meshes that have a higher density, for example, than the source. The one I use the most for close, for example, is the projected face interpolated. It works like baking a normal map, and we get a very smooth result. So basically, the target object is projected onto the source object along its normals. And that's why this triangle on top of the icosphere is not affected. If I enable the normal display, we can see that its normals are not pointing in the direction of the cube. So there is no way that this face is gonna come across any vertex data information. But if I rotate it, we can see that now it's inheriting some weights. It's no big deal if you don't get that. The only thing you need to know is that you will have different behavior depending on the mapping mode. So just test them out. If you want to learn animation, rigging and much more in Blender, discover my extensive courses on P2designacademy.com. Learn actual professional techniques or enjoy all my exclusive free character rigs only on P2designacademy.com. Let's get back to Trident. He has a nice hoodie and I'd like him to wear it. First I will set my armature to rest pose. I don't want to have any deformation on my character. For the time being, the hoodie has no vertex groups. I can add a data transfer modifier. I will source Trident, our character. I enable vertex data and vertex group and I generate the data layers. I will use projected faces interpolated. And now you should apply the modifier, because if we add the armature modifier just after this modifier, it will only work until we reach a threshold where the meshes are no longer aligned, the source and the target. And so you won't be able to really test the behavior of the data transfer. So basically you apply the data transfer, you test the armature, you see if you have good deformation, and if it's not the case and you want to try another mapping method, then you just undo everything, or you just remove the vertex group, or you just let them as is, and you add a new data transfer and test the mapping. But here you can see that I have a pretty decent result. I just have a few vertices that are bugging. And this is generally what happens. You have like some isolated vertices that didn't get skinned. So what I generally do is that I enter edit mode, I enable mesh display on the armature modifier, I pause my character to see the bug, and then I select the bugging vertices. I make active the closest vertex that is not bugging, and I just copy the weight from the active vertex onto the bugging vertices. And it generally fixes everything. This often happens whenever you model some thickness to the mesh. The last loop of vertices is often enough not projected properly, so I just copy the weight of the previous loop onto that loop and I'm done. I did exactly the same thing with the pant, and honestly for basic clothes that's just the fastest way to do it. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you very soon.